Jermaine Andrew Wood back here again with my thrift store find videos. This weekend I went by the flea market twice. I'm going to show you what I got Saturday. Saturday was pretty much a bust day. I went by Goodwill and Newport News on Friday, and then as I saw all these toys in there, but they hadn't put them out. I went by Saturday again, they didn't put them out yet. However, they did put them out on Sunday, and I scooped a bunch of them up. I'll show you the grabs from the flea market from the first day. It's kind of a bust day. I got 1981 Skeletor. He is tight in here, which is very nice. A lot of these toys get loose. 81, he's 30 years old. It's a Skeletor I had back when I was a kid. On June 19th, I will be 34, so I had his old original He-Man. And he has the number 55 written on the back of him. I'm going to try to get that off. But I only paid 50 cents for him. Flea market, so there's no tax on that. Also at flea market, I got Optimus Prime, original. He does not have the hand parts that go in the arms. He does not have the trailer. He does not have one of the smokestacks is ripped off. He does have the little Autobot sticker on the top. He does fully transform. I'm not going to do it right now. But I paid 50 cents for it. The lady originally said $1. She said, oh, he doesn't have the trailer. 50 cents. I look at all the tables because sometimes a person might have just one toy on their table and a mix of other things. And sometimes that is pretty much the one toy or one of the better toys that we walk away with. And he was sitting just in a box of Matchboxes. I do not buy really Matchboxes anymore. My son has so many of them. They are so incredibly cheap to find at thrift stores, at flea markets. You know, you can get them 25, 10 cents each. You know, they just don't mean much anymore to my son. Doesn't even play with them too much. There's Captain America. I think he's about 8 inches tall, so he's on the larger side. My son did not have he had a smaller Captain America and a Mega Bloks Captain America. But this is a really nice Captain America. He looks brand new. He does not have the shield, unfortunately. So today, Sunday, at Goodwill, I went by there. I found they had put those toys that I said out. I wasn't going to let up. I was going to make my grabs with most certainty. Now, I used one of my 20% off coupons. I talked about that in the previous video, and the first bag was $3 1/4 plus tax and minus 20%. It had this robot that's just junk in there. This is also just junk. So more junk. More junk. This stuff will all just go right back to Goodwill in a bag at some point. Get more of those stamps on my tickets. This, I don't know what the heck it is. It doesn't look like a boy toy to me. My wife said it doesn't look like a girl toy. I was going to give it to our newly born to be niece with a lot of stuff. I mean, we have some serious baby stuff for her, which is awesome. But my wife said no, don't do it. So it goes back to Goodwill. This is Beast Boy. This is not a Burger King toy. It's actually kind of large. And it does that. It's a bobblehead. Bobblehead stuff like this isn't a toy to me. It's, I guess, a collectible for a grown man that likes to collect the toys or something. So stuff like that, I've decided I'm just putting up to very large lots of 15 to maybe 50 toys and just going to sell them on eBay just to get rid of them, because I buy a lot of stuff in large bulk to get to the one thing that I want, and the prices is, you know, at $3 1/4 is great, and I get so much stuff. Again, all this $3 1/4, like this Spider-Man here, Black Spider-Man, one of his arms moved, but he's like a Burger King toy or something. And those will both be going, all three of them will be going in the same bag. There's 2 of these Burger King Batman cars. My son already has one of these. Doesn't need a big and junky Burger King toys, but you know, they look brand new, and somebody might enjoy them. So, you know, we'll put it. Speaking of that, I have about 50 Power Rangers in a bag that I'm going to sell on eBay soon. Just came in the bag. It'll go in there. I think Power Rangers are just stupid. So I don't have any interest in my son watching a live action Voltron show. If somehow he finds that later, well, then he finds it later. But you know, those aren't something I'd be exposing him to. So I might as well sell them. Except for there were a few Power Rangers that actually looked really cool, so I kept those for him. In the same bag, there's this. This is a Transformer. This also a motorcycle, so it's about the right size for a Spider-Man or a Batman or something to ride. So that's a nice little bonus there. There's a pair of sunglasses in there. He likes stuff like that. So that was nice. The Lego Bionicles. Lego Bionicles are maybe the easiest thing to find at flea markets, other than Batman. Batman and Spider-Man toys are absurdly easy for me to find. But Lego Bionicles also, I will never, ever, ever buy a real Lego Bionicle. I get these for almost nothing, and they're like $15 in the store. So it was a little bonus in there, but I definitely wouldn't have bought it for that. They're too young. He's too young for them now, but he has a whole bag of them upstairs. I mean, a big bag of Lego Bionicle toys. The Superman, this exact Superman, he has maybe close to 10 of. The cape is completely gone. The cape comes off of this one very easily, unfortunately. So he has them in various cape condition, from perfect to not so perfect. Anyone knows what this toy is? Please leave me a comment. I have no idea. He's one of the larger toys. He was the largest toy in that bag. I picked this guy up. We'll be keeping him. He moves pretty well. He's not quite G.I. Joe-like, but he keeps the same size and would play with G.I. Joe. Here's another Batman. Like I said, there was a Batman and a Spider-Man in this bag, which of course there was. Which you will find every time I open one of these bags up for you. There'll be a Batman and a Spider-Man in here. And here's a Spider-Man. That Batman, he didn't have that before. Of course, he had this Spider-Man, I think, anyway. The Spider-Man's all kind of the same. Unless it's a black costume Spider-Man. But it looks brand new. It looks like no one ever played with it, which is a bonus. This Hulk, he already had one of these, but it does move. He likes Hulk. Probably keep that one. There's Orange Band Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle guy. I don't know which one he is, but he was in the bag. And the reason I actually bought it was Reed Richards. He didn't have a good Reed Richards. This is a good one. He just had like a Burger King one or something, which the Burger King toys for the Fantastic Four actually are pretty good looking toys. But they're not quite to that standard. There's this. It's from Metal Gear, I think. Did I say that right? Gears of War. No, I didn't say that right, but it's a video game, I believe. This should be over here too. It's missing that. I didn't notice that at the time, but it's $1.25 minus 20%. It's a zombie, I think. If someone knows the name, please type that. I would appreciate it in the comment section. Also, all this I got Kurt Angle, 1996 Olympic gold medalist, TNA superstar, WWE former superstar. He has some paint chipping areas, but this has got to be at least a $25 toy, I would bet, in the store. $3.25. Bobby Lashley, it's exactly the same deal. Bobby Lashley's now an MMA fighter. He sucks. I hate Bobby Lashley. I really do. I call him the balls. And I bought this basically. My friends, they don't like him either. Pretty much because of the way I've ridiculed him. I hated the way he promoted himself, and I think he was definitely a fake paper fighter. And we'll probably beat that up, and we'll definitely get $3 of entertainment value out of it. So I really actually bought that more for myself than for my son. I also got him a large. This doesn't quite fit the normal size Batman toys, but I'm going to find something that fits in it. Some Batman toys. He's got so many of them, and it fully closes on 3 sides. It's got like all kinds of special stuff in here, jaw bridge, everything works in it. It is dirty though, it needs to be washed, but it's $4.25 minus 20%. Also, I got him for $1.99 minus 20%. This shirt, it's a night shirt, Superman. Of course, he loves all that stuff. Went to the other Goodwill today. For $0.25, I got, someone's calling me right now. I got this Autobot. I got this Autobot for $0.25. I mean, that's a heck of a deal. I never really found something that cheap. There's a real toy there. At the flea market, I picked up $1 each. Ghostbusters. It's a Rick Moranis Ghostbuster. This is from the real Ghostbusters cartoon show. I like those. Jeanette. She's a little worn. There's Egon. He does the gimmick there. He already had some toys like this. I don't think he had these exact ones up. But there's $1 each. It's a little higher than I like to pay, but they're real Ghostbusters. I'm going to get him that show soon. There's Ray. Here's Peter Venkman. He does like that. And I had those three Ghostbusters, but the one I never had found, and I just found them at Goodwills and stuff, I just never had been able to find, was Winston Zeddemore. So he was the one I was looking for. There were 3 of them in there. This is the only one that was decent. The other 2, one was bad as a paint chip. The other one had, it was just kind of broken. But I picked that up, so he has all 4 of them. But they don't really, you can't really get those proton packs in there, which is unfortunate. The last thing I'm going to show you, I picked up at the flea market. This is, I thought, the overall the best deal. I got all of this, everything I'm going to show you for $3. The guy was talking higher prices than that, and I bundled all this stuff together. Always bundle things when you can. Bring them up and go, okay, well, what about all this, man? Cut me a good deal. And of course, if they don't, you can always counter offer and try to haggle a little bit. Don't forget to haggle at the. You can't haggle at Goodwill, but you can at the flea markets. Got some Star Wars figures. Don't know his name. Someone actually already had him, but at $3, might as well. There's a Stormtrooper. He doesn't have the helmet though. Here's a Han Solo with like some kind of headset. Here's a Jawa. So, let's see. Oh, I knew there was one more. And here is one of the Star Wars battle droids. I got all 5 of those. I got this Robin. My son has tons of Batmans, but only a few Robins. So another Robin is welcome. This Iron Man, who's a little small. He's just a tiny bit smaller than that Robin. Still pretty nice. Got that. He looks brand new. There is this Sandman, who is quite larger than the other ones. Quite nice. He looks brand new as well. And I found this thing. If anyone knows what this is, please leave me a comment. It looks like it was either made by Todd McFarlane, or it's a Men in Black toy, or maybe it's a Star Wars toy. I mean, it looks Lovecraftian in origin. Maybe it's even a Lovecraft thing. I don't really recognize exactly what it would be. It doesn't look like a fungi from Yugoth, but whatever it is, I'd be interested to know. This was definitely going to be attic because my son would break this. It's like the third time he played with it right now. It's probably more for a 6-year-old or something. But please do let me know what that is if you find it. Also, I always grab accessories. When I find them, I will grab an accessory because, like I just said with the proton packs, the thrift stores, flea markets are not great about giving you all that comes with the toy. I found a gun that I believe is a Star Wars gun, so I went ahead and grabbed that in a lot. Again, all this was $3. And the find of the day, a Green Goblin helmet. The Green Goblin was not in there, just this helmet was. So grabbing the helmet was fine because out in the car, my son had actually even brought this same Green Goblin. And I grabbed the helmet and I said, well, maybe it goes to that guy. And indeed, it does. So I picked him up at a thrift store, like a year ago, and we found the helmet to complete him. Goes on, goes off. I was really happy to get that. I showed it to him. I said, it's complete now, and he was just thrilled. I always love the guys you can put masks on and take them off. I think that's great. So those are my thrift store finds for the weekend. Please let me know any of those names in the comment box below, and thank you for watching.